Everyone for coming out, and I want to thank Patrick Brown for coming. It's probably difficult as the leader of the Conservative Party to come to an event that OPSU puts on because of our position obviously on privatization. And I know that you said you would look over the pledge, and I'm hoping that you can consider signing on, because we did have Bill Davis, but after Bill Davis we had other governments that were not as helpful to the public sector. Mike Harris, and we all remember that, and you were not young enough to vote then, and I was barely young enough to vote then. And I wasn't living in the province of Ontario, but we've heard about the legacy of the Mike Harris government and what the result was. And Eddie spoke of a few of the things that are near and dear to our hearts on what we don't think should be privatized, and he spoke to air and water. And I just want to point out a few other things. It's the blood that runs through our veins, and every single example of privatization that we have seen in Canada and worldwide has been wrong and has resulted in tragedies and disaster. And they spoke to the prison system waypoint and what happened in people's lives that are at stake every single day. But we had people with Walkerton, with privatization that went wrong, that died. We had people across Canada, over 10,000 people who paid with their lives because of the tainted blood scandal, and over 40,000 who will pay with their lives down the road because they have been impacted. So it's everything that we do that is so valuable and important. And what we're asking you to do is to look at that pledge, please, and to commit to the health and safety and well-being of Ontarians for this generation and for generations to come. And I don't think that that is something that is so difficult for politicians to do. And once you look at the value of the work that our members provide and the services we provide, I don't think it's going to be difficult for politicians to make a commitment to those things. So thank you for coming out and listening to us and for considering it. And Jim Wilson, I know that you've already been involved and you signed the pledge, didn't you? No, maybe we should get you too, but I know you've been speaking with our mobilizers, so hopefully you can consider signing on as well. Because it's not just enough for us to hear you come here, and thank you for coming though and telling us, but you committed to a few things that you're on side with, but you didn't commit to everything. And I think that what we would like to see is that you commit to all public services in the future if you end up as Premier of Ontario, because we want to ensure that we are electing people who are going to take care of Ontarians and not take care of corporations. Right on.